Hello, SYNGAP Land. My name is Mike Graglia. Today is Thursday, February 5th of the year 2026, and this is episode 198 of the Cure SYNGAP 1 podcast. It's Rare Disease Month. Why is it Rare Disease Month? Because Rare Disease Day is at the end of Rare Disease Month, and February 28th or 29th is the rarest day of the year. Very exciting. You're going to see a lot of cool stuff about Rare Disease Month. It's also Black History Month. Happy Black History Month. Happy Rare Disease Month. Let's talk about natural history studies. Why do they matter? Natural history helps you understand and describe a disease. This is what SYNGAP looks like. Every parent who gets diagnosed with this is, what's going to happen to my baby? What are they going to look like when they're 5, when they're 10, when they're 15, when they're 50, right? We don't always know that. Why don't we know that? Because the first patients diagnosed with SYNGAP 1 were diagnosed in 2009. 2009, for those of you who aren't great at math, was 17 years ago. 17 years is not a lot of time to take a brand new disease and figure out exactly what it looks like, exactly when you have seizures, when you stop sleeping, when your GI gets worse, when your seizures turn into drop seizures, when your behaviors go completely bonkers. My guess, teenage years. But all these different things. We need to know that. Why do we need to know that? For fun? No, because you can't say what better looks like if you don't know what baseline looks like, right? Until we can describe how our patients look over time, we cannot say this is what better looks like. And we need to be able to say what better looks like so that we can show that these precision therapies like CAMP4 and others that are coming online soon actually work. So the natural history of a disease is absolutely critical. We have 2 natural history studies sponsored by Cure SYNGAP 1 that I'm urging everyone to take part in. One of them is a retrospective natural history study with Citizen. Citizen, powerful tool. Collects all your medical records, takes 30 minutes to sign up, gives you lifetime access to your records, also has an AI tool to help you interrogate your, when did my kid this, when did my kid start taking this, when did we change the dose of that? Everybody must sign up for Citizen, please. You're crazy not to. CureSYNGAP1.org/citizen. Enough on that. That is the retrospective, the looking back. The prospective, looking forward. The prospective, looking forward, is this incredibly elaborate study that we have set up in partnership with the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia called ProMMiS. ProMMiS stands for Prospective Multi-Site Multi-disciplinary Natural History Study. We got a little loose with the acronym there. We'll just deal with it. So here's the important thing to understand about ProMMiS. It is a big deal. Why is it a big deal? Because it is like all bells and whistles. Why is it all bells and whistles? Luckily, CHOP, independent of Cure SYNGAP 1, got a large grant to really work on and investing SYNGAP 1 and STX-BP1. This happened a couple of years ago. So the CHOP site is funded by that grant. The CHOP site and only the CHOP site. The Stanford site and the Colorado site and all the data sharing between them is funded by Cure SYNGAP 1. So through that beautiful partnership, we've been able to take the expertise and the experience at CHOP that they already had from a couple of other natural history studies, build out a core site there, and then expand it to the other 2 institutions. So now there's 3 institutions you can go to in America where clinicians will look at your kid every 6 to 12 months, and they will be your doctor. They will help you. They will talk to you. They'll give you advice. They will talk to your doctors if your doctors don't understand things. And they will collect data for this study. Why is that so valuable? Because that data can be taken back to the FDA and can help us get drugs approved. This is not an academic exercise. This is not for fun. This is not a study. This is a critical foundational layer in having a data-rich conversation with the FDA when we find drugs that help our kids and getting them approved, which is why I urge every single family to get yourself to a natural history study appointment. You are giving yourself access to some of the best doctors on earth who know SYNGAP 1, Dr. Knowles, Dr. Abbott, Dr. Xiang, Dr. Lee Messer, Dr. McKee, Dr. Helbig, all the doctors, all the clinicians, Sam and the team at CHOP. These guys are exceptional. You're crazy not to go and see them. And you're also helping the community and laying a foundation to get our kids better drugs. It is a no-brainer. Not to mention, although I'm going to mention it, this study, as it gets bigger and more robust, could become a control arm in the future. What's a control arm? Well, have you ever heard of a double-blind study? Double-blind study, we give half the patients drug, half the patients we don't give drug. So right in the study, we can say, look, the patients who didn't get drug look like this. The patients who did get drug look like that. That's better. Let's go. This drug works. There's a lot of statistics involved, but that's high level. If the ProMMiS Natural History Study for SYNGAP 1 is strong and robust enough, then in the future, we can make a case that some of these studies may not even need a control arm. And that means more kids get drugs faster. And that means clinical trials get cheaper, which means we can have more of them. So it's really worth it. Mike, what's really involved in this study? Great news. Today, congratulations, Dr. McKee and all the authors. Dr. McKee put out a preprint. His preprint is like a sneak preview of a paper that'll come out in a journal soon. And it is a completely detailed summary of the protocols for the STX-BP1 trial known as STAR and the SYNGAP1 trial known as ProMMiS. Paper's free, links in the show notes. Go read it. Go read about the protocol. This tells you everything they're doing, and it helps elucidate the thinking as to why we're doing so much. It's also another paper, first author McKee, about some of the early data that came out of that. Beautiful paper, came out last year, worth sharing again. Just to give you numbers, as a reminder, we have about 450 patients in the U.S., and most of these numbers are going to be U.S. with some exceptions. Hi, Marcin, friends from Argentina. But basically, most of the numbers I'm about to give you are from the U.S. Approximately 160 patients have taken part in this study. 119 at CHOP, 37 at Colorado, 8 at Stanford. Okay? Those are big numbers. That adds up to 164, Mike. Why can't you just use real numbers? Well, some people, myself included, went to CHOP when it was the only game in town, and now I go to be seen at Stanford. So one study, multiple sites. So I'm double counted in there, but instead of saying 164, I'm going to say about 160 and keep it safe. Some of those visits at CHOP, of the 119 people who have been to CHOP, 67 of them have come back for a second visit. 32 of them have come back for a third visit. 10 have come back for a fourth visit. 4 have come back for a fifth visit, et cetera, et cetera. There's also been second visits at Colorado and Stanford. 160 families have seen fit to invest in this, and it's one of the reasons it's such a successful trial. That's great, and I'd like the other 300 families, please, to be on a wait list. So what we did is we did a survey. The survey's still open, links in the show notes. Please take the survey. If you've gotten a ProMMiS, if you haven't gotten a ProMMiS, take the survey. It's available in English and Spanish, right? We want everyone to take the survey. There have been 94 responses so far. And there was a lot of great feedback about the study and how much it helped and how much they enjoyed it. But there was also, for the people who haven't gone or haven't gone back, we said, why not? And the answers were, we did not receive an invitation, it was too far to travel, or it was too expensive. This is your invitation. Everyone's invited. It's a party, people. The curesingap1.org/ProMMiS. Go to that link. There's 3 links on there. Pick your hospital: Colorado, Stanford, Philadelphia. Click. That's how you sign up. You are invited. This answer, I had no idea what to do with. We didn't receive an invitation. We've been talking about this for years. Number 1. Number 2, too far to travel. I'm going to come back to the travel thing. Travel's hard. And it's too expensive. We do, at CureSingApp1, have support available for families for whom cost is a barrier. We will help you pay for your plane tickets. We will help you pay for your hotel room. We will help you pay for your babysitters at home for your other kids. Whatever it takes to get you to this study, we will help you with. So the expense thing, curesingap1.org/ProMMiS, ProMMiS. Go, click on the app. There's a form there. You can click on it. You can ask for help. We will help you. And then we said, what are the barriers to you coming back? And they said logistics, cost, time off, behaviors, insurance. Interesting. So logistics, I've talked about cost. Logistics, behavior, and too far to travel, I'm going to lump together, right? Logistics, behavior, and too far to travel, I'm going to push together. Time off, ask your job for time off. If they don't give it to you, take FMLA, Federal Medical Leave Act, right? If you've got a sick family medical leave act. If you've got a sick family member, you can say, hey, I got a sick family member. I got to take care of them. HR can do nothing. As soon as you say FMLA, they got to give you the time off. It's like 60% pay. Take 2 days off. Go take care of your kids and say to your boss, dude, my kid's sick. Let me go do a study. I don't understand that time off thing. Insurance is a very real issue. Some people said, hey, I don't want to get surprise bills and crazy copays. We hear you. All 3 sites will work with you on that and help you preview what costs, if any, you will pay. But I want to come back to the logistics, behaviors, and too far to travel. All I'm going to say on this is, if you are already locked down in your house and you can't get on a plane to go to a study site, I would urge you to reflect on that. What if there's a natural disaster? What if there's a clinical trial? What if there's one of many reasons why people need to travel? And there are ways to get to travel, right? There are PRN meds. There are things you can give your kids to really chill them out for 24 hours. And If you don't have that and you're feeling like you just can't get on a plane, I would urge you to talk to your doctors about that.